On this Memorial Day, we are thrilled to be joined by, well, the foremost authority on the U.S. military bugle call, taps. Chances are you're familiar with it or you've heard it before. This gentleman has played it over 5,000 times. Do I have that number right?
That's correct.
Jari Villanueva is here this morning, and before you play for us, I'm just so intrigued by your uniform here and some of the things that go along with that. Can you tell us a little bit about that, Jari?
Yes, sir. What I'm wearing is a reproduction of an infantry uniform, and of course, it's a Union uniform, blue. This is a early war uniform in that it's a dark blue dress uniform with dark blue trousers. The stripes across the front here indicate that I'm a musician, either a bugler, fifer, or a drummer. It also has shoulder scales, which were harkened back to the days of the old knights.
Right.
To protect you from being hit by a sword.
You mentioned that it was a reproduction, but some of the pieces, some of the parts are real, though.
Actually, that's
Authentic,
true.
I should
yes,
say.
I have buttons that actually date from the Civil War that I purchased, and the shoulder scales that I'm wearing also are original.
And the horn is pretty old, too.
Yes, this horn dates from the 1860s. It's what's called a clairon, probably imported from France. These were made by the thousands and imported into the United States, made out of copper with a brass garland, with also a cute little thing called a pigtail crook, because it looks like a pigtail, obviously, to help lower the pitch.
Yes. Well, many of us are familiar with taps, of course, with military funerals and the like in our area, but I must admit, I was not familiar with a lot of the protocol that comes along when performing taps. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Right. As you know, when you go to a military funeral, it's appropriate to stand, place your hand over your heart, as if the Star-Spangled Banner was being played. And this is something that's done by tradition, and that you would stand there, face the music as the song is being played. And if you're in a military uniform, it would be appropriate to salute.
I see. Okay. I understand there's legislation making its way through Capitol Hill that would, I guess, make taps like a national song of remembrance. Is that correct?
That's correct. TAPS is going to commemorate its 150th anniversary next June. About a year ago, we started working on legislation through Congress introducing House Resolution 595. It was introduced by Congressman Thomas Reed of New York, and it's actually made its way out of committee. Now, this House resolution will make TAPS our national song of remembrance, because it's very strange, but TAPS does not hold any official status in the United States. We know it as a bugle call, but nobody has really written down the protocol to it, and no one has really officially recognized it as our national song of remembrance, and that's something we're hoping to get passed as soon as possible.
We'll keep an eye on that legislation as it makes its way through D.C., and I get chills every time I hear it, so I'm going to step aside and let you do your work on this Memorial Day. We're thrilled to have Jari with us this morning, and he will play us out here with the military bugle call, taps.